Garrity. I'm at Mission Valley. I'm a science teacher, and I'm here to show you how to use Weebly, which is a how to create your own classroom website. It seems kind of scary in the beginning when you hear like a website. I got to make a website. How do I do this? But I'm going to show you step by step and how easy it really is. The hard part is just to sign up for an account. After that, it's pretty much a lot of repetition and how to be able to make videos or put in videos or pictures. But let's go ahead and get started. Show you real quick. So Weebly. To get started, we're going to look for Weebly for Education. Now you can find this on your search engine. I would put it in the chat, but I know that some of you might get in here later and I have to retype it. So just if you get in here right now, just go into Weebly for Education in your search engine and you will find it.
Ms. McGarity, if you want to put it in the chat, I can copy and paste that for you.
That'd be great.
I'll also keep track of the questions for you if it's okay.
Oh, good. I was having a double screen. I was like, how am I going to do this? So.
No. I'm here to help you. So.
Okay, good. So let me go ahead and put it in there. I need that one. This right here. Okay, educationweebly.com. Putting it on the chat. Okay, so it's right there in the chat. Real quickly before we get started, I want to actually put in the purpose of having a website. I know we're used to using Google Classroom, which is a great tool. I mean, you should use it along with your Google Classroom. It's for the right now, for what you're teaching at that current moment. For the Weebly, it's more for a review, and it gives the students the ability to be able to find certain topics in a lot better, more friendlier manner. Because when you do the Google Classroom, what you'll do is that you'll have a list of everything you've taught, and sometimes it's difficult for a child to be able to find the exact topic or what you're reviewing through a scroll down of so much that you've already taught. So it's really good way for them to be able to find information really quickly at all times, because it is World Wide Web. Also, while I show you my website real quick and how it can be used, get started. So to get started, all you need to do is have a username. You can create your own username. And it needs to contain numbers, letters, dashes, or underscores. You're going to create a password and your email to create your free account. In some cases, I know that I've had some teachers that tell me that it won't come up. It could be possible that you probably already have one. I know that I got started with Weebly when I was about 5 years ago, when the district actually had available and they wanted to get started with it. So I started a Weebly account and I ran with it. So it's been 5 years. So some of you, if you guys already had been introduced to Weebly, it's possible that you already have an account. So you can just log in using your credentials, or you can use another email. So it's really up to you whether you want to use your personal email or your district email. I have my district since 5 years. I'm going to show you real quick overview while you get signed up here. From here, it's going to take you over to your welcome to Weebly for Education. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to go ahead and just sign up. When we get to this point, we're just going to create a website. You can click on creating a website, and I'll get started with that in about minutes, because it does take you guys to log in. I'm going to show you how I use my web and Classroom and what a great impact it's had. Right now, what you're looking at right now is my website. Each one of these is a page. Okay, so I have a lot of pages right now. So it's because I've had it for 5 years. If you want to have a lot of pages along the way, you do need to purchase them. But they do give you 10 pages, which is quite a bit to start off with. So this would be a page, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you would have additional. So each one of these is also a page so that you can customize it. Now, how I use it is first, I put in my welcome, and I let the parents know what's how the school year is going, contact information, so they can contact me at any time. And then these physical properties, energy, force, these are actual units that we're covering. So this was unit 1. So right now, currently, we are in Earth. And I have to do a lot of spiraling so that the kids can really understand the. Sometimes when you have Google Classroom, you have to scroll down, they have information, but this gives your students the ability to go back to unit 1 or the unit that you taught before. Now, once you create your site and once you put all of this information in there, it's going to be there for as long as you want it. So it is a little bit of work just to put it all in, but once it's there for the years to come. So I have a lot of pages from since I was teaching since 4th grade when I did a 4th grade year. I have content from then, so it all adds up. Now, what do I put in here? I give them information here that's typed on here. It does look like it's a lot of work, but it really isn't. See, right here with this anchor chart that I included in here, what I do to do this is I go into Pinterest or I find the anchor chart that I like, cut, paste, and it's on there. Vocabulary words, cut, paste, it's on there. Videos, paste. It's just a big drag and drop, drag and drop. So all of these are all games they can play, and it's just a drag and drop for a lot of these. So if you notice, I need to review about matter, the kids know where to find this. They have a simulation available to them at their fingertips when they get home and they want to play with it. They can watch the video. They can play. This is also a virtual simulation. It tells them exactly how to be able to use a triple beam balance, and it guides them along the way. So these are a great way to be able to review. So I did a week on solubility, but now it's available here for them when I review, and they know the rules that they need to follow. And if they still don't understand, what I'll have them do is like, okay, let's go ahead. You get to choose what you want to do. Do you want to watch a video about solubility? Do you want a simulation? Do you want to do a Prezi? Go through it. So all of these are really good for them to be able to have a choice. Sometimes I'll tell them, today we're going to be reviewing physical properties. They have a choice on how they want to have their learning introduced to them. I also give examples. This is good for the ELL learners that need to see those visuals. So this actually helps all learners, and it helps you as well to be able to make content available readily rather than going to the Google Classroom and having to go and scroll down through so many lessons. So Google Classroom is used. It's just the everyday, and this is for the long term. So once you create it, you get started with it, you can build and build and build and use it every year and keep adding every year. So this is something you can do. I also use it too, personally, for to keep track of my professional how I'm doing. I've created one to put on there everything that I've done in education, a way to have a portfolio myself. For high school students, you can even have them create their own websites because they do have that available through Weebly. You can allow the kids to do their own websites. So just to review, you should have gone to Weebly for education, signed up, information on here. And we do have the other Weebly, but this Weebly education comes with a little bit more perks. So this is good that this for the teachers. So we're going to be here, and then we're going to go over to familiar our style. We have to get familiar with Weebly. Okay. Remember, we get 10 pages for free. So it's quite a bit of pages. If you teach, maybe if you want to have 1 page for reading, 1 page for math, you can do a subject per page, or you can do a unit per page. It's really up to you. You can get as creative as you like with it, and that's what makes it a lot of fun. Once you get in here and it asks you to create your own site, it's going to give you an option to pick your canvas. In other words, this is what they're going to see, excuse me, sorry, when they go into your website. So you need to choose a theme. I highly recommend that you use this one right here, just because that's the one I'm using today. So that way I can show you how to be able to build it. And that way we are on the same page. It's a lot more easier and more clean to be able to do. So you might want to start with this one. If you don't like it in the end, you can always go back and change the theme. I suggest you get really familiar with Weebly and feel a little more confident, and then you can go and change other things. But to start with, it's good to just have this little one right here, this template. It is going to come up right away. If you notice on the top right here on the toolbar, there's different websites that you can have, the themes, whether you want to have a personal, a blog, but I like the featured just to start with. So from here, you're going to actually choose your domain. Now, let me talk to you what a domain is, and also make sure that you do the top one here. This is the free version. This is the free. Your domain is web address. It's basically where you are basically putting your little pin on the world. This is where I am. This is where you can find me. It's like your street name. So because it's the free version of it, if you do get the domain, in the end, it's going to say Weebly.com. That's the only thing. You do need to pay if you wanted to just say .com. So for me in my classroom, I've had Weebly for the longest time. It doesn't really make a difference. When you choose your domain and you choose what you're going to label on there, make sure that it's something that the kids can type, because this is how the kids are going to be able to get in contact with you. It could take a couple of tries. So if it doesn't come out right away, it's because somebody already has your address. So for me, I had a hard time because I already had somebody with my name on it. But what I did is I put my first initial and then my last name. So it depends on you, what you want to use. You could put your name, rocks, or classroom, or whatever you choose. But this is going to be how you would find yourself. I would suggest also writing this down and putting it in a note. That way, when you are done with your website, you know where to find yourself, so that you could see what exactly you've done, and you can see what the rest of what the world is seeing. So I'll give you a few seconds on there. Please let me know if I need to slow down or if you want me to go back and review. I really don't mind. I want to make sure that we're all signed up and I'll have everything ready to go so that we can start building. When you are done with that, it's going to give you a couple of videos you can watch and basically tell you more information on how to get started. You can skip through it because I'm going to show you. If you want to watch one of the videos, you may, but it's going to be what I'm teaching you right now. And this is basically going to be where we're going to do all the magic right here. Do we have any questions at this point or anything like that? Because this is the part where we already signed up.
I don't see any in the chat at this time. I'm monitoring that. So.
Okay, I'm just gonna give it one more minute because sometimes that domain can be a little bit tricky because you'll be like, it's not there, it's not available. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go further. Now, this is the part in which I'm not going to use this PowerPoint anymore. I'm actually going to go where you're at. So I created a new website, and it's this right here. This is what you should be seeing. Okay. Right here where it says type your name, it is, you just click on it, and literally you can put your name in there. What this is your header for your website. So what you're looking here, it's like a canvas. This is your painting. This is where you get creative. This is what the world sees. So right now what you have is your title here. So if you look at mine's a little bit different, but it works for the same purpose. If you go over here, what you're creating is your classroom title. So you could put in your subject, your name, whatever you want to put on there. Whatever you want to put on here. So you can just get rid of that right there. And it's that simple. You just put it on there. This is all what a website is. Everything that you see, you can click and drop. This is all you're going to be working with. There is no coding involved. There's anything like that. It's pretty user friendly. It's pretty user. So if I were to make another science class, I put, okay. Okay, so I'm going to put it in like that. Just to get started. So here, if you notice, it says the drag element here. These are your elements that you can drag and put in there. So what you have to choose from, and what I choose on here, is that you can either type, use this right here, and you can put in anything you want as far as typing and putting in information for an intro for your kiddos, or you can put in any information on subjects. For my beginning one, if you notice, I have my home. You can start with just a bio. So you can just put in welcome and then a little bio of your student expectations. All of that can be put in there. That's why I'm saying, like, it takes a while to create this, but it's not very hard. And this is a really good way for you to get in contact with kids. So what you can do here is you can either put in, I just drag and drop from my toolbox. I want to put in some information about myself. So what I can do is just start typing away. You can put your bio. You can do everything you want on there. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it in like I just did it. Put it in. I'm gonna cut and copy. Okay. Now it looks like a little much. You're like, whoa, that takes up too much space, because this is what you're actually going to see when you go to your website. Now, to be clear, when you're building, no one can see it right now. The only way that anybody is going to be able to see this in the World Wide Web with your domain is if you push this little button right here. This button is publish. If you publish it, that means it's now available on the web. You can Google yourself and you are there. So if you press, you can do a little bit of work, publish. I personally like to open another window and put in my my website to see how it looks like. Because when you see it, how the rest of the public sees it, you start saying, oh, I don't know about this. You can change it a little bit. Now, once again, I'm going to show you how to drag and drop. What you do here is I want to put an image next. All of these are all options that you have. Okay, so I already showed you how to use a tile here. Okay, now I want to put a picture of my class, not my class, you can't put it in public, of me, or I want to put something that I want to have the kids know. I can go ahead and put it in, and I can add a picture. Now, maybe you still don't like your bio because it's in the middle and you want to put it in the side. All the pictures and everything can be rearranged by clicking and dragging. And if you notice here, it's going to have a darker line here. This is telling you where you want to place it and what edge, because you're going to start to notice I want to put it next to these words. So I can actually put that right next to those words. So all I have to do is drag it towards the direction you want to put it on. It's just the drag. That's it. So here we go. I want to put in a picture. So if you wanted to put a picture of yourself, you can just upload it from your computer. If you have a picture of yourself, you can upload it from your computer. And then, and I don't have a picture right now, but so you can see it. And you can get your picture, you select the picture, and that's what you will get. So you could do that. Another thing is that I personally like to do, okay? And this is an example of how I like to do my anchor charts. For anchor charts, all you got to do is search for the anchor chart you want in another window. I have this one over here. Tab. So say that I wanted a science anchor chart, because I do teach science, and I want to be able to show them. What do I want to show them? I want an anchor chart, science anchor chart on matter. This is where I start looking at what I like. Then I notice I like this one right here. That one would make a really good one. So what I could do right here is I can include that in my website. How to do it? You just go to the corner, Command Shift 4, which will bring out my little snippet camera. Take a picture of it. And I can include it now on my website. How do I do that? I go back to my website. I come here. I'm going to upload a picture from my computer. I'm going to go over to Recents. I want this one, and I want the kids to be able to see this. It's there. That's how your website will look like. So these right here, you could add whatever you like. This is just an example, but for this part, because it's the intro, you might include a picture of yourself on there or anything you like. You get it. This is the great thing about having your own website. You can get as creative as you like. So those are things that you can do. But now we want to create another page because this is going to be used as your home page. In other words, you can even give announcements on here. What I like to do sometimes is that you can also put in any announcements you want to tell the parents. You can take a picture of whatever you need to get out there. All of that is available. It's basically your home is your information that the parents need anything, want to know anything, they know where to find you. That is one way to communicate. Now, these right here are additional pages, okay? Let me show you what the pages look like. So right here is your build. You can build all you want using these right here, okay? And I'm going to go more into detail what else you can build and how to put in videos, but this is just the build. This is where you're going to spend the majority of your time because this is where you're able to create whatever you like. The pages you need when you want to be able to have different pages depending on subject, maybe, classes, however you choose to do it. Now, I have this page. It's available, and this is what you're going to find on this page. My About page, they already know about me, so I don't really care to talk more about me anymore. What I can do is I can change by clicking, and I'm going to go back again. I'm going to go back to pages so you can see it. Because I want you to notice that it's all drag and drop. Drag and drop and just click away. All of these, you can either click and you can modify. All you got to do is click and you can modify any way you want. So instead of about, I'm done talking about myself. I already have my home page. I'm going to make this one reading. Okay, I'm done with reading. My next page, I want to have something for math. You might just want to start off small with reading and math, or you might add more pages. Remember, each one of these is a page. So you only have 3 pages right now. You can have up to 10. So it's a lot. Each page, you can put as much content as you want. So that's the good about 10 is that it's that 10 and this is the only space you have. you have a lot of space to do it. The only thing is that I like to have additional is that it's going to have, the more you put, the more you have to scroll down. So what I try to do it is break it down by units so that they don't have to have that problem with like Google Classroom. But the thing with Google Classroom is that you have to click on the file. Here, everything is visual. If it's free, they're able to review. So I'm done with this one. I already have my contact information. I'm going to put on my homepage. This one, I'm going to label math. And it's done. Now, I'm going to show you if you want to add an additional page. You go to the addition sign right here, and you can add more pages. So maybe you want to do reading math, and I'm going to include, I'm going to use a standard page. We're not blogging. We're not doing nothing like here. We stick to the standard page. We're doing standard pages. First one. This one, I am going to want to have science. Done. Now I have a science page. Okay. Now these are all clickable. You can put them in different orders. Like I want science to be in the front, and then I want reading to be in the back, and then math. You can choose the order you want to place them on your website. So everything is a drag and a drop, a drag and a drop. If anything you can learn here is drag and a drop, and you'll get it. Anything is clickable and drag it. Now, if you want to have more information on, and you want to have maybe, for example, I'm going to add another one. I'm going to call this Unit 1. I want to have all my Unit 1 stuff there. Okay, I'm done. But I need to have it with math. Drag. You see math? You come here. Now it's underneath math. All it is create it, put it where you want it. So what this does when you do this is that now math has Unit 1 right underneath it. So if you wanted to have Unit 1 in science, you can create another site, put it right underneath it, and you'll have drop-down menus for them. And that makes it a lot easier for customizing. So like for my class, this helps me out because, so I have physical properties, and it came with subunits, subunit 1 and 2, okay? So that we had a couple subunits, and I give Kahoots. The Kahoots that I give, they can take their time with, and they can use my website to be able to answer some of the questions. So what they'll do is they'll have the Kahoot open, and they'll ask them, they'll show them a picture. What does this picture demonstrate? What is going on? And on my web, you could use it on there, and they can match the pictures to the actual quiz. So when I quiz them, not only do they get their definition, they get a visual. And the reason that I do that is because the kids like to go through the website and navigate. So they got to get used to seeing it. And the more they use it, then they know where the information is at. If I tell them a question about mixtures, they know where to find it. If I tell them about energy, they know where to find it. It becomes more of a way for them to help themselves whenever they need it, instead of waiting around and saying, okay, I'm going to ask this question, or having to go through the scroll down menu. They're able to have that option of being able to say, okay, I didn't understand energy. I'm going to work with energy. Now, when I give Kahoot, sometimes I notice that some of the students miss energy more, and other students miss force. Other students miss physical properties. I can individually tell the student, I need you to go to physical properties. I need you to go to energy. And they get the choice of doing whatever they like on that site. So so they have anchor charts, they have simulations, they get choice. So for the blended learning where needs to be some choice, this provides the kiddos an opportunity to have choice, but cater to them and their weakness. So all of these right here, this is a game. They can click. They have the option of watching a video. They have the option, I even put a Nearpod in here. They can play the Nearpod and go into it. So I'm going to show you how to do these. And it's not very hard. It's just a drag and drop, drag and drop. So let's keep going on here. So we already have our pages, okay? So I'm gonna review real quick. I'm gonna go to the build, okay? Now these two are the ones you're going to use the most. These over here, honestly, I wouldn't play with them so much because you don't really need them. You don't have a store. The only thing that you can change is your theme. Like I had showed you that this is a theme we were going with, but if in the end you don't like the way it looks, you can change your theme. But between the build, the actual building, and creating a page, these are the two that you're going to use the most, okay? So I'm gonna go over here to science because I'm familiar with it, and I'm gonna show you how to be able to do videos now. Pictures and videos and anything that you may need. So how do we do videos? Well, click here to edit. So let's click away. I'm going to go, and do you see here, this is for text. This is for images, like pictures. This one right here is for pictures, but it's a slideshow. They can click and click and click, and it's like a slideshow of pictures. So if you don't want to put too much on your website because you only have 10 pages, you can have it catered that way. Contact form, I only used it once just to have it on my homepage, but you'll be using this one quite a bit, the embed code. This is your video. This right here is your video. And it's basically how you add YouTube videos. This is also used for Prezzies. Now, I'm going to show you that with Prezzies, I don't have time to create a Prezzie. I really don't. Keeping up with my website, I'm being bombarded with everything that I have to do and paperwork that I try to make it as easy as I can. So what I do is when I want a Prezzie, I look up for the subject. For example, if I want physical properties, free Prezzies. And people have already done free Prezzies that are available for you to take. And of course, you review it, see if you like it. And if you don't, go to the next free Prezzie. And then you find the one that's right for you. And then you can put it into this website using this right here. Videos, Prezzies, all of these are here. So let's go ahead and let's look at maybe a video we want to put. So this is embed. I'm going to drag it and put it in. It's a drag. That's it. Now, do you see how it says click to set custom HTML? Let me show you how to get that. Okay. So I have a video here. And I want to put in a science video, and I'm going to put in this story box. Story box. I'm going to pause there. I'm going to include this video. This is how you do it. You go over to the share. You're going to share this. And notice how it also has the word embed.
There's a question about Google Drive also. So is there a way to do it from Google Drive as well?
Yes, I'll show you how to do that.
Okay.
That's
all right.
Yes, everything is uploaded.
I'll let you finish the YouTube first.
Yes, I'll show you how to do that. So you come here, you go to embed, and now here is where you can have an option. You can have them be able to control the video. You can have them start whenever you like. Privacy mode, you have all these options. I usually just put it this way. And I like to have channels because a lot of these, I don't want to put it on here. I'm going to copy. So after you do this part and you have all this code, that code, don't worry about it. You're just going to copy. Simple copy. Okay, so it's copied. Now we close it. Now, when it comes to YouTube, when you see videos, some of them have channels, actual channels. They'll have one after another after another. If you put the embed, it will turn into a channel. So what I like about that, say that you're learning about, I was doing one last year on Arctic, like the different like rainforest. So I put different videos on rainforest. So some of the kids went on a walk on the rainforest. Some of them were able to meet some of the people that live in the rainforest. You can cater it to however you like a channel. And it could be a kids channel on nothing but rainforest. This also helped me. If you are having difficulties with kids that don't want to read or want to have to follow along, you can get a read along and they follow along and read along. I actually did that for the book of the month, and it was wonderful because the kids were able to have that available to them. So now we're going to add the video. You click on it and you're going to get this custom HTML. You click on it, you erase it, and now you copy what you just got. Now, what you can do is it's already put in there. I'm going to put publish. You can see it. Okay, continue. So now I'm actually public now. I can actually look myself up and I'm already online. This is what you're going to see. Now, I don't like that I'm going to be able to see this, so I'm going to erase that. Everything can be erased and taken out. Now, the question that we have about the Google ways you can do it, okay? You can, if you want to get maybe like a file from Google Drive, whether it's a video or whatever the case may be, let's go over to an image. I'm going to put an image right next to it. But that image is on my Google Drive, and I want to put that on my Google Drive. What I do is I come here, I click on it because it's a click and drag, upload a photo from your computer. You can get it either from your Google Drive or you can get it from your computer. You get choices. Where's the other one? Give me a second. Where did I do the? 1 second. The way to do it. Let's try this one. So this is your text. Okay, no. You know what? I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. I know there's a way, but because I haven't really used it with Google Drive, what I usually do is take a picture of it and then put it on there. That's what I usually do.
You probably could do it as a link, I would think.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Oh my gosh, that's exactly it. Okay, so let's put it like, let's go back to this part right here. As a link, there's another way. Any picture that you have, you can put in as a link. I'm going to go back to my homepage because this is my science. I'm going to go and show you. So say that you wanted this picture to have a link somewhere. You click on it. Now you have other options. One of the options is a link, okay? This link, you can put in the website you want to put in there or whatever file you want to put in. And you upload it. So whether it's a file, whatever the case may be, so then you upload. So you upload from your computer. No, but it's still not taking me there. That's the thing.
Well, I would think instead of uploading it, you would go just like directly to the link, like in my Google Drive. If it was a video, you know, that I would have like in my Google Drive, I could just copy that link and put the link in there, right where it says link. It would be a website URL.
Yes, that'll work too. Right here. Right here. You insert it.
That's where you would put the link from your video.
Exactly. And what would be good about that is that when they click this picture, it takes them there. So if they wanted to get that video and they wanted a video, they just click on it. So a lot of these things on here, and I'm going to show you. On my website, I put a picture of this, but if you click on it, I linked it. And it takes you to a game. Or you could go to your file or whatever you want to put on there. Everything is linkable. Everything is linkable. So it takes you over to the game and the kids play this game. So they have choice. They can play games, simulations. It is linkable. You just have to press link and what you're trying to link, whether it's the website. And this is how you link it, okay? I'm going to show you how to link really quick so I can show you. So I'm going to go back to when I'm creating my website here. I want to put something with physical properties here. And the one that I was actually seeing, the different states of matter. Say I want to put that. You see this website. You copy it. You copy it. Whatever you're going to want to link, you copy it. Then you go over to your website and you paste it and it's linked. So now when I publish it, when I am online, and then this is where you're gonna find it, guys. When this comes up, that's where you can find it. That's where you can find it. You can open up another one here and look at it, how it's gonna look like. When your kiddos click on that picture, it's going to take them to that game now. Anything that you want, a picture, you can link. Whether it's games, whatever the case may be. But everything is linkable. Oh no, go back. It's going to the payment page. No. You know what? Let me see here. Not sure what's happening here. If I start over. Let me get in there again. So I'm gonna edit my page now. So let me show you, this is good that I got out. When you get out and you get back in, when you are going to go and edit your page, just go to edit and this will take you back to where you were. So this is your welcome page. When you log off and you come back in, this is where it would take you here. So you're back in here. So this would be your workspace, your place to get creative. So all of the, now this one is basically linked and clickable. There's other ways to link things, okay? And you know what, now that I'm actually remembering how to do everything here because I'm a little nervous. But you see this button? This button is a way for you to be able to link things as well. So if you wanted to put, say, a file on there, like you wanted them to actually have a worksheet you want them to be able to print out, you can do that as well. You can do something like a printout. You can take them to a website. You can take them to play a game. You can take them wherever you like, as long as you go over the link and you choose what you want to do. If you want to send them to a website, there you go. If you want to upload a file, this is good for when they want to have a printable or something that they can they need at home. Like if you're a math teacher and they want those grid papers and they might not have any, they can have that. Other things is that I have some of my students, I have like puzzles. When I was teaching math, what I would do, it'd be a color by number, but with timetables, and it would have a mystery object. And the kids would like to do it. So this file would be good for them to be able to have printouts and have it available whenever you like on there. So you can put whatever you like on here and it's gonna take them. Then, like anything else, it's a click and you can label this whatever you like. So you can put in here bubbles. And if the student gets here and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't have this, I want this, or they want to have that option, they can do that. They click on here, you put a file, you upload, and basically you can upload from your computer here. So you can do files, you could do whatever you like. So these right here are called buttons. These buttons allow for the students to be able to pick and choose what they're going to go to. I like buttons because you know that the kids, when they see a button, they know it's going to take them somewhere. Sometimes what will happen is if you tell them to click on the picture, sometimes they'll be like, you can click on it. They're not sure. For some reason, when it's like buttons, they're like, oh, it's a button. But when it comes to pictures and clicking, you have to show them how to do it. And they need to use it so that they can get familiar with it, because they'll just look at it as just a poster. So that's the case. So here I could either do what I was doing earlier. If I want to put this one in a button form, I can come here, cut and copy, and then my website. And now every single time that they go in there, it will take them there directly.
And just so you know, you're down to about 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. So those are the things that you can do. Basically, this is exactly what you do with Weebly. You just either text, put it in here. Now, for me, I like to use, for example, with mine, I like to use these right here so that the kids have the option to be able to read. So what I do is instead of typing everything up, I get my book that I'm going to be using. For example, the Fort Farrier book. If I'm going to be using that, instead of typing it all up, I would go to Google Classroom. And what I would do, I create a new one. And this is just a shortcut because I'm giving you shortcuts that you can use. Because I tried to make my life a little bit easier because there's just so much to do. So I come here and I come over to tools. There we go, come on. So tools. And then from here, you could do two things. You can either type it all up, or you could do the text voice typing. What I do is I grab the book that I'm going to be using. I just use my voice and read it. It types it out for me already. The only thing it doesn't do is do your grammar, and which I love because I like to make sure that when I am reading the text, say it's a science text, that I go back to check for misspellings and I put in my own personal touch to it. So something I want the kids to know in certain words that I teach it, I'm able to change things that I need to. But when I voice speak it, I'm putting in the book. And when I go check my work, I give it my own twist. So, I mean, that'll prevent you from going and typing and staring and going, because for me, my eyes already are messing up because of the screen time. So I try to make it as fast as possible so I don't have to keep going back and forth. I voice type it. Then after I voice type it, I add my own touches and then put my capitalization, punctuation, all of that. Then cut and copy, take it over here, and I have it there available on my website. It's already in there.